Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video was highly requested. For those of you who don't know, I am a lash artist and the owner of Lash South Florida on Instagram. And the number one question I get is, how did this come about? Like, how did Lash come to fruition? And so I definitely want to get into that. I feel like I have to tell this story over and over again. And now with this video, I can kind of just be like, look, the video's here if you want to know. This is how Lash started. But before we hop into how my business came to be, I think it's very important for you guys to know my background and how I was raised, because it definitely plays a huge part in how I ended up being a business owner. Let's begin. On February 22nd of 1994, just kidding. No, but seriously, I was born on February 22nd, 1994, over at Westside Regional in Plantation, Florida. And so I was born into a lower middle class family. I am the youngest of three. My sister is 12 years older than me, and my brother is 8 years older than me. We weren't rich, we weren't poor, we were just kind of somewhere in the middle. College education was never really something that was instilled in us. Neither of my parents or my siblings graduated or even attended college. So it was kind of told to me that you can go to college if you want to, but if you do choose to do so, it'll have to come out of your pocket or have, you know, financial aid take care of it. And so I did go to college on and off for 2 years, only because I had financial aid, but I definitely knew that college was not for me. And from a very young age, I knew that I would be a business owner. I just had no idea what I was gonna do. I would say my first job was, I think, around the age of 15. And since then, I believe that was 2010. So for about 10 years, I guess I could say 9 years, because I stopped last year. So 9 years. In the last 9 years, I had 13 jobs. And let me name a few of them for you. Carter's Baby Store, Publix, Longhorn, Fridays, Bath and Body Works, 4 law firms, 1 timeshare release company, a church, and for all you Florida natives, the Flamingo Road Nursery. Yep, I worked in the little smoothie stand kind of thing in their little market. And so yeah, 13 jobs, people. I was a really good employee. I think if you go back and speak to any of my old employers, they would definitely say that I was like that person that they could rely on. I always climbed the ladder, but I was just never, ever, ever satisfied. And it was very deflating to sit in an office from 8 or 9 till 5 or 6 p.m. and just not feel fulfilled at all. No matter how much they paid me, no matter how well they treated me, I just never felt fulfilled. And I just could not imagine spending the rest of my life working and not feeling any kind of fulfillment. Aside from that, I couldn't really do like office politics. I hated it. I was always told that I was too emotional and that I needed to separate work from my personal life, and I just couldn't deal with that. I also do not like to be told what to do. So that's another issue with that. Anyway, so fast forward, it's 2018, and I had been getting my lashes done for maybe 5 years or so. I started in about 2013. Side note, I have trichotillomania, meaning I pull my hair out, specifically my eyelashes. And so I wanted something to kind of like prevent me from pulling my eyelashes out. And so I started getting eyelash extensions. I'm pretty sure it was because I saw Kylie Jenner or something getting theirs done. I Googled what kind of lashes do the Kardashians get, and I found out about like individual eyelash extensions. So that's how I got into kind of like that eyelash realm. And then fast forward to 2018, I had a lash artist at the time who was absolutely incredible. She used to travel to my home and do my lashes, and I was just so like blown away by it. I'm like, damn, like you have your own business, you come to me, you make your own schedule, whatever. Mind you, I've always been a bougie little I always get everything done for me. I never in a million years thought that I would actually be the person doing the beauty service for anyone else. So it was never even a thought that occurred to me until this specific day. And it was late at night, I think maybe 9 or 10, maybe even 11 p.m. at night. I was in bed with John, my husband, and I'm like, I can't stop thinking about like this whole eyelash world. I'm like, she's really good, and I'm just kind of curious as to how she started and whatever. So I did some social media stalking and trolling, and I noticed that she had posted her certification in eyelash extensions, I think maybe 2 or 3 months prior to this date. And I'm like, there's no way she just got certified. She's so freaking good, and she owns her own business. Like, how, you know? I sent her a message, and I'm like, hey, when did you learn eyelash extensions? And I'm so grateful that she was so willing to be like forthcoming and open about her, you know, her life and her business. And she didn't, you know, come off as catty or anything at all. She was willing to share it with me, which made me feel a whole lot better. She shared where she learned, how long it took her, and whatnot. And literally, I kid you not, that exact night, within an hour, within her texting me back and all of that, John and I made a Gmail. We made an email account for us, a website, a booking site, an Instagram page, like literally everything in 1 hour without me even booking like a course, you know, without scheduling a course. I'm like, let's just run with it. I feel like this is something that I could be good at. I used to think that I was meant to be like an owner of a nonprofit organization, and I quickly learned that when you rely on something that you're passionate about to make you money, it could get very hairy very fast, like when your livelihood depends on it. So that didn't work out very well. I very much prefer to do nonprofit work for free. I don't really enjoy getting paid for it. It's a whole other realm, and if you've ever worked in nonprofit realm or world, you understand what I'm saying. So anyway, I ended up booking a course that night, and 2 weeks later I took the course. I absolutely loved it. I was pretty good, I think, for a first timer. And as soon as I graduated, it was a 2-day course. I just completely got started, basically. Before I even got the certification, like I said, I did all those things, and I also bought all the equipment. So when I was certified, all the stuff was already in the house, and I was good to go. All I needed was that certification to get started. So now that I have my certification, I'm still working full-time at the time. So I was working 9 to 5, and then in the evenings I was doing lashes, on weekends doing lashes. And then I decided to go to esthetician school to get my license. So then I was working 9 to 5, doing school like from 6 to 10, and then lashing on weekends. And I remember at some point in the year or so that I was doing lashes, I said, if it ever comes to a point where I have to choose between my 9 to 5 and my business, I would choose my business. And I kid you not, it came so quickly. And I chose my business, and I put in my 2 weeks notice. This was in September of last year. Mind you, I started my business in September of 2018. So in a year's time, I quit my corporate job and I became a business owner full-time, self-employed, working from home full-time in a year's time. You know, like I said earlier, when I was in corporate America, I was always told I was too personable, like I was too personal. I was too emotional. I knew that I wasn't wrong with that. I felt like it was one of my strong points, honestly, and everyone always viewed it as a weakness. Now I apply that in my business, and it's one of the things that just sets my business apart. If you've ever been to Lash, if you've ever gotten your lashes done by me, you know that my clients are my family, and that is absolutely true. It is a matter of fact. It's just the way that I do business. People say business isn't personal, or it's not personal, it's just business. Highly disagree. That's just not how I run my business. I believe that business is one of the most personal things that there is. As a small business owner, I strongly, strongly feel that way. And I run my business as such. So people are always asking me, like, how do you do it? How did you do it? That's like the number one question. I have to be honest with you guys, it's scary. I mean, when you're from corporate and you understand that you're getting a paycheck, whether you give it your all or not, it's scary to think that if you don't work, for example, if I don't work, if I choose to take a day off as a business owner, I don't get paid. I don't rely on, the big boss, the big man to take care of all those things for me. I have to take care of all those things. Taxes, there's so many levels to owning a business, and it absolutely is scary. The number one thing that you have to do when you're ready to do something like this, run your own business, is take the leap. That's the number one thing. I completely just said, I wiped my hands. I said, I'm done with this lifestyle. I don't want it anymore. I know that I've always wanted to be a business owner. This is my chance. This is my opportunity. Done. I'm running with it. That was step one. Step one is I'm just going to do it. I'm going to take the leap of faith. I'm going to do this. And if I fail, I'll try again. That's the mentality you have to have if you want to own or run a business. And so that first month, October of 2019, guys, was literally not only the most profitable month in the entire year that I had been, running that business. It was also the most money I've ever made, ever, like anywhere. Not a restaurant, not even at a 9-to-5 job, making, I think the most I made was like $22 an hour. The most money I've ever made, ever, anywhere. And that was just by me, like I said, taking that leap and believing in myself and working really hard. And it made me even more passionate, even more hungry, and made me even feel more self-assured and confident in the decision that I made. So I said earlier that I was born into a lower middle class family, and I mentioned that because I need you guys to understand that I didn't come from money. I don't come from money. I'm not like a trust fund baby. There's not like an estate with a ton of money waiting for me when my parents die or anything like that. I just had a dream, if you will, and I ran after it. Everything that I have, I've worked really hard for. Like I said, I've been working since I was 15 years old. I always knew that I needed money like as a cushion to help me kickstart whatever it was that I wanted to start when the time was right. And I don't have a college education. Everyone thought I was so crazy. Like, you don't even have a degree, Nicole. Like, what are you gonna do? Don't have a degree. I don't have, a ton of money. I mean, I saved my own money, but it's not like I was born with or born into a family with money. And what, are you crazy? No, maybe. And don't get me wrong, being a business owner, I don't want to paint it as this gorgeous Bob Ross picture. It's not all butterflies and rainbows and beautiful, happy little mountains. Like, it's hard, guys. It is hard. But it's a lot more rewarding because it's yours and it's your baby, basically. There's a lot of stuff that you don't get paid for. This life is not for everyone, I will say. Like 9 to 5, you can clock out, go home, that's it, you're off the clock. When you're a business owner, there is no such thing as the clock. Like, I'm always working. When I'm on my phone, I'm working. Believe it or not, people are like, oh, you're always on your phone. I'm working, I'm networking, I'm talking to people, I'm setting appointments, I'm doing all kinds of things on my phone. When I'm out, I'm talking to people, I'm constantly making connections, I'm constantly supporting other small businesses. I'm always working around the clock. There is no such thing when you're a business owner as, oh, clocked out, done for the day, I'm on vacation, do not disturb. Doesn't exist. I mean, obviously it is important to take some time for you. And I'm almost at year 2 now, and I've definitely, I think, mastered, being able to set time aside for my family and my husband and my own self-care. But in the beginning, guys, and I'm still in the beginning, there is no clock out button. It is around the clock. So please be mindful of that if you are interested in being your own boss. I don't want to paint this absolutely gorgeous picture like it's all cake and butterflies and all this stuff, because it's not always like that. Yes, it can be, but it is a lot of hard work and dedication, and you cannot just on a day that you don't feel good be like, I'll call out. I remember when I was in a 9 to 5 job, I'd wake up in the morning, I don't feel like going, let me call out. I can't do that. If I do not work, I do not make money. If I don't make money, how am I gonna maintain my lifestyle, you know? I definitely don't want to give people the wrong impression regarding corporate or any regular 9-to-5 job. All the jobs I've worked at that weren't, me running my own business served a very specific and important role in my life. Had I not had all those experiences, who knows if I'd even be running Lash, running my own business, working from home full time. Who knows if that would even be a thing. And I am very grateful. I'm grateful for all the opportunities. I'm grateful for all the connections and friendships that I've made over the years. I'm grateful for all that real life experience that, I may not have had or experienced had I not, worked in these jobs. And I'm actually also very grateful that I didn't go to college because I went straight into the workforce while I was actually still in high school. And I got to experience that at a much younger age than a lot of my peers. And so I am very grateful for that too. I said earlier that I, was born into a lower middle class family. And, I emphasize that a lot because as a lower, a young woman who came from a lower middle class family without a college education, the odds are stacked up against me, honestly, or they were. And had I not been brought up into or raised by a certain type of family, if you will, who knows where I'd be. We never really had a whole lot of money, but we had strong individuals, like, we, as in my sister and my brother, we had strong parental figures who taught us, work ethic, dedication, hard work, all that stuff. And I'm super grateful for that. I might not be a trust fund baby or have all that money to back me up or had that money to back me up, but I do have those core values and those morals and all those lessons that my parents and my older sister passed on to me very young. And so I am very grateful for that too. I don't really feel like, world's tiniest violin or anything. Like I said, odds stacked up against me, but I've done what I could. I've done a hell of a job. And I'm saying all of this to tell you, if you feel like the odds are stacked up against you and you feel like, oh my God, I can't do this. I don't have money. I don't have enough money. I want you to know that if I could do it, a freaking ratchet Puerto Rican thought from Pembroke Pines, Florida, with, a family who doesn't really have money. If I can do it, if I can quit my job and run a business full time, trust me when I tell you, you can do it. It is not impossible. Yes, it is hard. Yes, it takes, a little bit of strategy. I was a little strategic with the way that I maneuvered my way into this life, but it's not impossible. And that is my message for you today. If you are watching this and if you're looking into my eyes, I'm looking directly into that camera. If you are looking into my eyes right now and you are like, Nicole, damn it, I really want to do this. This is where I want to go, the direction I want to go. And I don't mean the lash industry. I mean owning any kind of business, small business, big, whatever it is, you can do it. And I am here for you all the way. It is very, very, very important to have a good support system. You need people that have gone before you. You need people that are beside you, like-minded individuals. You need strong individuals to help propel you forward. If you're watching this video and you're some of my best friends and even my followers and family members, I honestly couldn't have done it without the people who have locked arms with me. I'm getting emotional, like getting choked up. But it is honest. It is the honest truth. You need a really good support system to help propel you forward. So anyway, I want to be that person for you at no cost. I know it sounds like a gimmick, but if you want to DM me on Instagram at NicoleLeonXO or on my business page at Lash SFL, send me a message. Say, Nicole, help me out, girl. I need to figure out how I can move forward. How do I get out of this rut? How do I take, or what steps to take to get me to this point that I want to be in? I'm super passionate about this. I'm passionate about people. You guys, people who know me know that I will go great lengths to help people. And like I said, I don't care if I have like 1,000 DMs. That would be a dream come true for me, for people to trust me enough to ask me for my advice. So, like I said, if you're looking at me in the eyes, I feel like I'm looking at you in the eyes. Actually, I'm kind of looking at John in the eyes right now. But if you are feeling convicted and you're like, oh my God, she's talking to me, she's talking to me. Yes, I'm talking to you. Hit me up and maybe we can work something out. Maybe I can give you a nice little plan there. Like I said, free, I'm not lying. Like, I don't mind giving advice. I can give advice so I'm blue in the face. At least in this realm. And yeah, if you are interested in the lash world and becoming a lash artist and maybe starting your own like lash business, I'm super passionate about that too. And guess what? I actually teach and I do certifications. And we could do it one-on-one, or we do group training in a small group setting, which is only 3 people to a class. And if that is something that you're interested in doing, if you check out my website, lashsfl.com/training, and you're in the area, or even if you want to fly in, feel free to check that out, check out all the details. And again, you can email me, my email's on there, or you can hit me up on Instagram and we can talk about getting you in this house and training you so that you can start your own lash business. This is like a little side note. I talked a lot about business and owning a business and stuff, but specifically the lash industry. Honestly, it has been one of the best things to ever happen to my life. I kid you not. It's not like I was a little girl praying to God, please God, let me be a lash artist. That is what I want to be when I grow up. This just took me by surprise and I ran with it. Something I'm good at. I practice. You're not going to be amazing right off the bat. But like I said, if you are interested, that's another outlet for you. That's another way to kind of get you on the path to business ownership or, you know, being an entrepreneur or whatever. So, guys, I love you so much. I am so honored and so grateful that people even cared enough to ask me to make this video. If you love me and you like this video, give me a thumbs up and go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and you can hit that little bell so that you can be notified whenever I post a video, and just keep up with my shenanigans and whatnot. If you want to keep up with me on a daily basis, let's connect with each other on Instagram. I do follow back at Nicole XO. I love you guys.